Grab a packet of these. I have a few at home already, but I think that'll do the job. What I used last time. Pretty thick. 3 meters long. Start doing some cuts. First piece I put on is this one. I get it flush with the top of the seat. I'll do 3 along there. That way I can run a piece across here. Sorry for the wind, but what I do is I get a flat piece along the seat. You can see I've already scratched it up, rough marking there. And that's going to be the top of the alloy. So it'll be a piece like that, across that line, so I can join from there to there, and I can join from the seat across. You'll see in a minute. Any rivet going in the hole, I always do a little dab of silicone too. Both sides. Just because, I mean, your water line, if your water's up there, you're in trouble anyway, but I just do that by habit. Right, now I know that side's good. I'll just slide that along, push that up, drill and pop rivet the rest in, and that's it on the outside. This thing's got rivets in it anyway. Used to have a boat cover, I assume. But yep, it's the outside, it's the inside, and that's stronger than the boat itself, probably. Right, both sides in, ready to brace across to the seat now. Alright, middle pieces are in. I'll run a brace across there once I figure out where the motor sits and if it's not going to be obstructed. Got to run piece there, probably a little angle brace there. We'll go from there, but she's sturdy as. Just lift the motor all the way up, and this, it's definitely not going to interfere with the deck, so I can pretty much cover all that as long as I've got a nice gap for the fuel hose and the electric start cables. So when I turn left to right full lock, it's not going to tear a hose off or something like that or kink it. That's that side there. Finish off that side. And the back's majority done. I'll just brace through the middle and maybe a small one across here. As long as I can get the battery and the tank out without too much hassles, I'll be happy. Rear deck done. Very straightforward. People out there will say that you've got to weld everything, but I've done about 4 boats now this way, never had a problem. And getting it welded professionally will probably cost more than the boat. I used to actually run these pieces all the way along, but I was wasting so much material. So I've used one piece and pretty much done the whole back, whereas I would have had to use 1.5 maybe if I ran those pieces, but I find it's just as strong. All right, that's exactly 1 3-meter piece. Like I said, I'm just going to run a brace across there, and you just don't want bits where the timber can fall down. So if there was cut there, the timber would press down if you stood on it. So I'll brace that up. I believe 12mm ply should be all right for that. If not, I'll run a small brace across here too, but I reckon we should be pretty good. That's done. Back's done for today. I'll clean up tomorrow morning. All right, the last piece is in. Sorry, my voice is a bit screwed. Last piece is in there. This piece here will be a solid mounted piece, and I'll have 2 hatches that lift off there. That way I can get stuff in and out easy enough. I would have to brace across there if I had wood here, because it'll flex when you stand on it. So having a solid piece there will eliminate that and save materials, and at the end of the day save money too. So the back's pretty much done there. All cleaned up. This was just cable tied down. What I'll do, I'll put a bit of silicone and set it right in the corner on the bottom there, because that's fallen out of there. You get a bit of water in and this thing's hanging off to the side. It's not going to suck up what it should. So I've used silicone, the base down, little blob of silicone, suitable for alloy. It'll always have a bit of movement, but it's not going to go anywhere. Gets bumped by the petrol tank, it's just going to do that. These cable ties fall out, no good.